May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. Worrying is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but gets you nowhere. Truth is not what you want it to be. It is what it is, and you must bend to its power or live a lie. It may seem difficult at first, but everything is difficult at first. Do not regret what you have done. There is more to life than increasing its speed. No one is free who has not obtained the empire of himself. No man is free who cannot command himself. Rest satisfied with doing well, and leave others to talk of you as they please. You can accept the apology, but you have to remove the trust. What the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Always take responsibility for your actions, for it is the mark of a mature individual. Spend time with the elderly. Their wisdom and experiences are invaluable. If you want the present to be different from the past, study the past. When writing the story of your life, don't let anyone else hold the pen. Being alone is powerful. It makes you realize that you need yourself more. We generate fears while we sit. We overcome them by action. If you want to make the wrong decision, ask everyone. If you focus on the hurt, you will continue to suffer. If you focus on the lesson, you will continue to grow. The magic you are looking for is in the work you're avoiding. You can either be a negative or positive person in life, but only one will get you somewhere. You're very hard to control when you're healthy. You're very hard to manipulate when you're clear. You're very hard to influence when you're sovereign. Your direction is more important than your speed. You may not lead a comfortable life with a single source of income. You need to build others. Good decisions come from experience. Experience comes from making bad decisions. No work is beneath you. The only thing that should be beneath you is your big ego. Work hard in silence and show your skills at the job you get rather than criticizing the job. It's better to be alone than in bad company. The secret to success is to do the common things uncommonly well. You will never remember the days and nights you stay home and do nothing. There is no perfect time. You must take the time you have and make it perfect. The best thing about hard times is that you get to see everyone's true colors. Time is your most valuable resource. There are no refunds or second chances for the time you waste. In most instances, obstacles are the way. Where fear ends, the strength begins. There are times when you see someone for the last time and don't even realize it. Watch out. You'll never know the true value of the moment until it becomes a memory. Be around people who feed your soul, not eat it. Don't look back. You're not going that way. If people took back the pain they caused you, you'd lose the strength you gained. Life will test you just before it blesses you. If it keeps you happy, keep it quiet. The family you create is more important than the family you come from. The more you know yourself, the less you need others' approval. Comfort is the enemy of progress. The quieter you become, the more you can hear. Never expose your next step, just take the step. A fish with a closed mouth never gets caught. Be careful how you talk to yourself, because you are listening. Stop thinking you're doing it all wrong. Your path doesn't look like anybody else's, because it can't, it shouldn't, and it won't. Do not allow small minds to convince you that your dreams are too big. When you try to please everybody, you almost always please nobody. We cannot become what we want by remaining what we are. The truth is, everyone is going to hurt you. You just gotta find the ones worth suffering for. Fixation is the way to death. Fluidity is the way to life. Perceive that which cannot be seen with the eye. Today is victory over yourself of yesterday. Tomorrow is your victory over lesser men. In anger, we should refrain both from speech and action. The oldest, shortest words, yes and no, are those which require the most thought. Silence is better than unmeaning words. If you treat an individual as he is, he will remain how he is. But if you treat him as if he were what he ought to be and could be, he will become what he ought to be and could be. Your life isn't yours if you always care what others think. You may not realize this, but the people you love are your biggest weaknesses. To reach somewhere, you need to leave something behind. It's best to leave things at the right time, otherwise, you are left with too many regrets and complaints. Distance yourself from people that bring out the person you're not trying to be anymore. Embrace solitude as a time for reflection and self-discovery. Accept both compliments and criticism. It takes both sun and rain for a tree to grow. You did the best you could with what you knew at the time. Don't let new wisdom lead you to condemn yourself over old struggles. Bad habits are like a comfortable bed, easy to get into, but hard to get out of. Respect yourself, because people can see if you don't. It's impossible to make everyone happy, and trying to do so will only lead to frustration and disappointment. Stay away from people who can't see any wrong in their actions, but see every wrong in yours. Waiting for change while not doing anything for it is like waiting for the train at a bus stop. By 3 lessons, we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is noblest. Second, by imitation, which is the easiest. And third, by experience, which is the bitterest. Hope for the best, plan for the worst. Set your mind on a definitive goal and observe how quickly the world stands aside to let you pass. Once you realize your value, you will be greatly surprised at what you used to settle for. Don't tell anyone what you think or what you know. Keep your secrets to yourself, because a friend of today could be an enemy by tomorrow. Many of the people you told your secret to have already told it to others. Stop trying to skip the struggle. That's where the character is built. If you define the problem correctly, you'll almost have the solution. Stand up and face your fears, or they will defeat you. Sometimes loneliness is the price you pay for growth. In order to love who you are, you cannot hate the experiences that shaped you. You've got to do what's right for you, even if it hurts some people you love. When you're working for someone else's dream, you sacrifice your own. You spend your first 20 years worrying about what people think about you. You spend your next 20 years swearing that you don't care what people think about you. You spend the next 20 years realizing that they aren't thinking about you. Do what no one else can do, and you will become what no one else can become. Someone else's progress doesn't make yours any less. Not everyone you trust will be trustworthy. You can't pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself first. It is better to act and repent than not to act and regret. Excuses make today easy, but tomorrow harder. Discipline makes today hard, but tomorrow easier. Focus on the step in front of you and not the whole staircase. Listen to the people who tell you what you don't want to hear. Don't depend too much on anyone in this world, because even your own shadow leaves you when you are in darkness. If you are a giver, know your limits, because takers don't have any. Never share your problems with friends before finding a solution, no matter how challenging it is.